Ms. Ling.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, data published in 2021 by the Department of Statistics Singapore show that the general trend of divorce is still increasing in Singapore, with 7.2 male divorcees for every 1,000 married men, up from 6.3 in 2020, and 6.9 female divorcees, up from 6.1 in 2020. Although Singapore as a society is primarily anchored on family-centric values, with the government and the community at large encouraging of marriages and supportive of couples through their marriage, we acknowledge that some marriages may inevitably break down due to multifaceted factors. We do need to help couples deal with the fallout from the breakup of their marriage and help both parties move on with their lives, especially if there are children involved. Therefore, I'm very supportive of the introduction of the Family Justice Reform Bill. However, I would like to raise two considerations. One, with regards to the new maintenance enforcement process, and two, on the non-payment of maintenance and how the process could be enhanced to support more applicants, especially the vulnerable ones. Firstly, the enhanced maintenance enforcement process starts with applicants applying online for enforcement. Like my concerns shared in my previous speech on the Mental Capacity Amendment Bill relating to the process of applying for lasting power of attorney, the process for the enforcement of maintenance assumes that all applicants are tech-savvy and we will not have any difficulties applying online. Nevertheless, we know that there will be cases where applicants are not tech-savvy and may be discouraged to submit an online enforcement application because they are unable to do so readily, even if they are facing financial difficulties. I wonder if the MSF and MinLaw could work together to identify vulnerable individuals, such as low-income single parents or divorcees with special needs or disabilities, including those due to stroke, that will require more support in their application and enforcement for maintenance. A suggestion is for MinLaw and MSF to consider empowering social service office or social workers with the role to act on behalf of such applicants if their navigation of the online application and appropriate referral to the Family Justice Court if they are found to require additional attention to expedite enforcement of their maintenance, especially where the welfare of young children is involved. Secondly, I would like to raise another consideration with the enforcement of maintenance. In the bill, amendments are proposed to the Women's Charter in Section 71 to empower the court to make attachments of earning order for maintenance to secure payment of any maintenance from the respondent. Additionally, the bill added a new Section 81 to the Women's Charter to provide directions to the court on the orders that it may or must make on a maintenance enforcement application, which included a show payment order, and when breached, the respondent is liable for imprisonment. Despite these safeguards, there may be instances where the respondents continue to act irresponsibly and are defiant to these orders, failing to pay maintenance, especially after 1 year from the hearing. In such instances, I would like to ask what powers and directions the court are vested with to ensure that the maintenance order will be fully enforced within a reasonable stipulated time for the respondents to be brought to task expediently to reduce hardship on applicants needing the maintenance. I would like to cite the example of my resident, Madam Goh, as one such single mother who need more help from MSF and MinLaw for enforcing the maintenance from her divorced husband. Madam Goh came to my Meet the People session some weeks back to seek help on financial assistance. She is a single mother in her early 30s with 3 young children aged 7 to 3-year-old. Following her divorce a couple of years ago, while the court has ordered for her former husband to pay about 1,200 monthly maintenance to her and their 3 children, he has not done so. Madam Goh started applying for enforcement but has been stuck for a while as the court informed her that her former husband has an outstanding warrant of arrest, which renders the enforcement of maintenance not possible until his arrest. He has not been contactable. Meanwhile, Madam Goh has been relying on ComCare support, which was reduced recently. While she understands that ComCare assistance is provided only for short to mid-term and she needs to get a job, she has only been able to convince employers to let her work on daily hours-rated jobs because of her need to rush home to care for her young children before and after school or childcare hours alone. She also has to wrestle with her bankruptcy status due to her former husband using her name against her will for a loan which he defaulted. Her own parents struggle with mental health challenges and are deemed unsuitable for caregiving of her young children by social workers assisting her. Madam Goh has been anxious and desperate. Thankful to SSO help to my appeal, she is given some ComCare extension where I assist her in finding jobs nearer to her home. Given her unresolved maintenance payments from her former husband, which may never be paid, she may be a genuine single parent who will require ComCare assistance to be maintained at a level for a few more years until her younger two children also enter primary school and when she can hopefully find a full-time job with her ITE qualification. Madam Goh's case shows the necessity to emphasize therapeutic justice and assistance for vulnerable divorcees, with both MSF and MinLaw coordinating processes to render needful assistance so that the divorcees and their children do not fall into hardship due to unintended policy gaps. Mr. Deputy Speaker, please allow me to say some words in Mandarin. 副议长先生，近几年我国的离婚率有继续上升的趋势，因此简化以及加强我国家事司法程序极为重要。我非常支持由律政部和社会及家庭发展部联合制定的家事司法改革法案，这能够更好地通过治疗式司法，以和睦的方式结束婚姻，并且保障子女的福利。我对这项法案有2点建议，希望律政部和社会及家庭发展部能够考虑。第一，法案所提出的家事司法程序需要离婚者通过网上申请索讨赡养费。我担心，如果只通网上申请的方式，会阻碍一些不精通科技的离婚者提出申请，间接导致离婚者以及孩子的福利受到影响。我希望律政部和社会及家庭发展部能够合作，识别需要帮助的弱势群体，如成为单亲父母的低收入离婚者，并提供更多的社会援助，帮助他们能够有效地索讨赡养费。我也希望律政部和社会及家庭发展部能够在有必要时，如孩子的福利受到严重影响的状况下，授权社工替离婚者向法院提出索讨赡养费的申请。第二，我叙述一位我的居民 Madam Goh 的故事。在索讨赡养费的程序中，因法院发出逮捕令，但无法联系到 Madam Goh 的前夫，还未能索讨赡养费。一人抚养3个孩子的 Madam Goh， 因无法获得孩子的赡养费而生活过得相当拮据。他的故事阐明了治疗式司法的重要性。我在这里也希望律政部和社会及家庭发展部能够为像 Madam Goh 一样的案例提供更多的社会援助，以及索讨赡养费过程程序上的帮助。Mr. Deputy Speaker, back in English, given that most divorces are likely to occur between 5 to 9 years of marriage, the psychological impact towards separation and divorce can be substantial and long-lasting. This is even more so if the couples have young children. Hence, let me conclude my speech by affirming the efforts of MinLaw and MSF in your determination to reform and strengthen therapeutic justice elements in the family justice systems. Additionally, I also hope that this bill will help vulnerable individuals, especially those that may have been through an abusive relationship, to regain themselves swiftly and rebuild their lives. Notwithstanding the considerations that I've raised, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I support the bill. Thank you.